What's going on, guys? It's good to see you all. How are yous? I hope you're all doing well. Guys, I'm coming at you again with a brand new video. It's inside of Marvel Snap, and this time, guys, we're going to be talking about the top 10 best cards, or I should say most used cards. They're the top 10 most used cards in the Marvel Snap meta at the moment. And the reason why I'm talking about this today is because, well, if you know what's the most used cards, then you can tech your deck towards that and kind of know what you're supposed to be expecting whenever you get into a game of Marvel Snap. So we're going to start from the 10th position. Can you guess what it is? Some of you, if you've been playing for a bit, you might have an idea of what we're going to see in the top 10, but there are a couple that surprised me. So number 10, in fact, is actually Kitty Pryde. And this is using the statistics and analytics that are provided from the Marvel Snap Zone. Number 10 place, Kitty Pryde, taking up 11.27% of the meta share, has a win rate of about 63%, and sitting at 10th place. In this one, I'm actually surprised that she's not higher up. Kitty Pryde seems to be the be-all and end-all of one cost cards. You see her on almost every single deck list. She's just so versatile. She's able to remove initiative from you because she brings herself back to the hand before initiative is decided. So she's really good for dodging that, especially if you're playing a controlled deck. She dodges Killmongers like it's nobody's business. And she's brought a whole new life to Angela, making Angela strong again, as if Angela wasn't already a strong card, but since you can just keep on dropping a Kitty Pryde on Angela, absolutely ridiculous and quite crazy that she's only sitting at number 10. And for our number 9th position, this is actually a card that I don't have. Yeah, can you guess what's coming up at number 9? If you got a bit of a tip here, one card that I don't have, I put it as 6 cost, so that's not a very good tip. It's a 4 cost card. We're looking at a High Evolutionary. And this kind of makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? Because High Evolutionary, I mean, there's, 3 different meta decks that all use High Evolutionary, and you have to have him in your deck at the start of the game to be able to get off all of those crazy bonus effects that you get off of those previously vanilla cards. So, High Evolutionary taking up 11.82% of the meta share, and it has a 63.1% win rate. Look, just a fantastic cut. By himself, it's just a 4-4. But it's what he gives to all these other cards behind him. That's what makes him so good and quite crazy. And honestly, not surprising that he's in the top 10 cards because, like I said, there's so many decks that rely on him in the meta. And with that, we're going to move to our number 8 spot. See if you can guess it. It is a 6 cost. This one is a 6 cost. And it is one that I do have. We're looking at Dr. Doom for number 8. Now, Dr. Doom might have just recently gotten a nerf, making his Doombots only have 4 power, but it hasn't changed the fact that he's still a very strong, very versatile 6-drop card, able to spread 13 power across 3 different locations. Quite easy to set up. Great in lockdown decks if you're using a Storm. Generally just overall good 6-drop card, making up 12.46% of the meta share and sitting at a 61.4% win rate. Dr. Doom's just a good card. Always has been. I feel like always will be. So it's good to see that he's up here in the top 10. Not that surprised because he does get used quite a bit in like ramp decks and stuff like that. Maybe I wasn't expecting him to be so high, like in the top 10, maybe like top 20, but he's a good card nonetheless. And while we're here looking at the 6s, our number 7 is actually the Incredible Hulk himself. So here he is, Hulk, general vanilla card, and he's actually got more play than Dr. Doom. That is a little bit surprising. Obviously, the main boss monster for any High Evolutionary deck, Evolved Hulk, if you will, he's getting played in 3 different types of meta decks, so I guess it's not too surprising that he's ahead of Dr. Doom in that regard, but he is getting significantly more play than High Evolutionary. So High Evolutionary, as a reminder, was 11.82% of the meta share. Hulk's making up 12.79%. So he is getting quite a bit more play than High Evolutionary. And I suppose that's because you can throw him into like your discard decks, your hella discard decks and stuff like that as well. So, and I've even seen him, I've versed people that have him in a Patriot deck. So, I mean, that shocked me. But, you know, like, there are other cases where you can be playing him. So, yeah, I guess it does make sense, doesn't it? So it's got a 64.2% win rate. Not too bad, Hulk. You're doing quite well. So there you go. Hey, up there at number 7. And for number 6, oh, it had to be. It had to be. We'll bring him up. Wow, number 6. So he's doing quite well, actually. Number 6, this fella. Killmonger. On reveal, destroy all one-cost cards, the bane of so many existences. I know. He's like the reason why you had to change how you played Zoo. And at least I know that's how it was for me. So he's making up, and get this. So we've jumped from Hulk at 12.79% of the meta share. Killmonger is at 15.94% of the meta share. He's getting played so much more than Hulk. That's a ridiculous jump. And with a 61.2% win rate. Wow. So yeah, Killmonger. He's still prevalent. He's still everywhere. He's sitting at number 6 of the top 10 most played cards. He is still everywhere. You play him in Destroy, but then you play him in everywhere else if you don't need your one-cost cards. Absolutely insane. He'll eat alive a bounce deck if you remove initiative from yourself. Absolutely crazy. While we're looking at 3s, number 5 is in fact Venom. On reveal, destroy your other cards at this location. Add their power to this card. Guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have no idea how Venom is this high up with 15.98% of the meta share. I didn't think Destroy was getting played this much still. And I understand we've got like some like new virgining Phoenix Force decks where we're using Venom and Carnage. But when you're looking at the meta decks, it all seems to be like a lot of High Evolutionary, Sarah Control. Like Destroy has dropped down the tier list. But it's still holding, it's on a 58%, like Venom's on a 58% win rate, but for some reason he's so high up. Absolutely insane. Wow. Well, I'm going to talk more about that soon, because there is a reason why I was starting on this Destroy tangent being so high up. But before we get to that, we'll just quickly have a look at number 4, which is Wasp. What's there to say? Wasp being so high up, making up 17.07% of the meta share. What do you use it in? Patriot? Any sort of Lockjaw deck, Jane Jaw, which may also include Evolved Jane Jaw. You would think that wouldn't make up so much meta share, but clearly it does, and she's sitting at a 62% win rate. Wasp's up here at number 4. Like, the 4th most used Marvel Snap card. Why? She's higher than the Hulk. Which I suppose because she does actually get played. She does get played in Patriot decks. But a Patriot decks, Iron Patriot, are they still making waves in the meta? I don't think so. I think they've dropped into like... Yeah, it does stuff, but it's not enough to compete anymore. Wow. So yeah, she's up here. And we're going to return to... For number 3, we're going to return to my tangent about Destroy, because number 3 is Carnage. Carnage is all the way up here. Like, so Venom was making up 15.98% of the meta share. Carnage is making up 17.39% of the meta share with a 58.2 win rate. I don't understand why Destroy cards are so high up, and specifically Carnage has more play rate than Venom. Is it because of the new Phoenix Force decks? This is stats on the last 7 days, and the new season did just start 7 days before I'm recording this. So, beyond me, what are they being played in? I know there's like some little spicy Destroy tech, but I didn't think it would be this much. I did think Destroy was seeing less play. This is quite shocking to me. Quite shocking. I thought Destroy was seeing less play. So number 3 is Carnage. Wow, wow, wow. And now we're getting up to the big guns. Now, I'll tell you, 0.05% difference between these next two. They both might as well have 20% play rate. But there is one that has a bit more of a play rate. So we'll show you that one last. But first, number 2. The second most played card at the moment is America Chavez. Which shouldn't surprise me, but it kind of does. America Chavez has always been used as just a really good consistency card, right? Like, you're not going to draw until turn 6. She's on the bottom of your deck. You're pretty much guaranteed up until turn 6, you're drawing anything else. You're playing it with an 11-card deck right up until turn 6, and then you have to have America Chavez. So if you haven't got what you need by then, tough bickies. But you don't normally care because you're still getting a 9-power 6 cost on the last turn. You're guaranteed a boss monster as well. And if your deck is running a lot of small stuff that's all kind of combo heavy, that's fantastic. It doesn't matter if you have Chavez at the end of the game. You don't care. In fact, sometimes you might want it. So, 62.4% win rate. Like I said, she might as well have a 20% play rate, but it is 19.45%. So, that's like nearly a fifth of all Marvel Snap decks are playing, at least the ones that are having their stats tracked on Marvel Snap Zone. So 20% of this community, you might as well say, a fifth of this community is playing America Chavez. That's insane, right? That's insane. That she is the second most played card. Wow. And have you been able to guess what the first most played card is? Because I'll tell you, when I saw it, this is the only one I wasn't shocked about, because I see this card in almost every single deck list. In fact, it's nearly in all of my deck lists. If you've been watching my previous videos, this might not surprise you at all, because like I said, I talk about him all the time. I talk about him in almost all of my decks. And yes, it is a him. That's your hint. If you still haven't got it, we're talking about, of course, Shang Chi. Wow. And the only thing that shocks me about Shang Chi being number 1 is that Zabu is not in the top 10 at all. Because let me tell you, fantastic. On turn 6, 2 drop a Shang Chi and 1 other 4 cost because of Zabu is one of the best damn feelings in the world. But it is Shang Chi at number 1 with a 19.5% or 50% meta share and a 61.1% win rate. Shang Chi, one of the best little bit of like staple tech cards you can have in your deck at any given point in time. If you can have 1 slot free at all time for Shang Chi, then you want to be doing it. We saw Shang Chi getting played in Destroy. Shang Chi's in almost every single control deck. You're putting Shang Chi into your Devil Dino decks because you're playing Zabu now. You can go Shang Chi, Nick Fury on turn 6. Like, there's so much you can do, and to have a Shang Chi in your hand, it doesn't matter if it's 4 cost or 3 cost, just to have it in your hand for the final turn. I guess we saw Hulk is so high up on this list, right? Hulk at a 12.79% meta share, even Venom at 15.98%. Venom's often over 9 power. You've got a card on lock to be able to take these guys out. Even America Chavez, the second most played card, gets destroyed by Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is still all the way up here, and we're still not seeing people play armor to counteract it. Killmonger is up here at number 6, and we're still not seeing armor get played to counteract it. All these cards that are destroying things, and there's no armor. We've got Carnage and Venom up here at 3rd and 5th most played. And what's one of the best cards to stop them from doing what they want to do? Armor. And it's still not up here in the top 10. Absolutely crazy to see that. I'm scrolling down even further. I'm at the 30th most played card. I just want to see if armor is on this list at all. At number 60 with a 5.8% play rate is armor. The card that can stop so many of the cards that's on here, all the way down at number 60. Keep that in mind as you're building your deck. That's why we do these little list readings. This is the first one I've done, but I want to do this every single week. That's why we do it, because we're looking at the most played cards, and armor's down at number 60. So think about that. Think about those cards as you're making your next deck. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments if you managed to actually guess any of them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Hooroo.